Let's start with the lines that stayed in sin until death. The Summarecon Serpong area shuttle bus runs a massive unidirectional loop inside Gading Serpong, connecting all clusters that are built and managed by Summarecon with the main shopping mall. Unfortunately, the line is so long and convoluted that it turns a 15-minute drive into a 90+ minute bus ride. It also has an astonishing 3 to 4 departures a day, making it less frequent than some intercity train lines. Unsurprisingly, very few people take this bus, and at the start of the year, Summarecon reduced the number of departures to 2 and then 0. Paramount, the developer known for scattering bus stops all over Gading Serpong and proceed to not use them, actually did used to run a bus system. It's called the City Shuttle, and it has hourly departures from 6 AM to 9 PM, which doesn't sound too bad until you see the details. Take for example, Mr. X. He lives in Michelia and wants to go to the mall, so he takes the blue line, which departs from Michelia at 10:19 AM. The bus then goes to the main terminal located between Michelia and the mall, reaching it at 10:27. Then the bus stays there until 11 AM, a wait time of 33 minutes, before departing to Paramount Center, reaching it at 11:09 AM. From there, Mr. X needs to walk another 10 minutes to the mall, reaching it in 11:19. When you combine that with the 5-minute walk from Mr. X's house to the bus stop, you get a travel time of 65 minutes. For reference, driving takes 10 to 15 minutes and walking takes about 40. This line presumably also sees poor ridership and therefore died. If you want my proposed solution, check out my Instagram transport for Gading Serpong. Now for the lines that are at risk of death. Most regional bus lines not operated by Transjakarta are at risk. Think Agra Pores Plaut Cikarang, Mayasari AC42A Kalideres Cilengsi. Many of their peers have met an early grave, like the Agra Pores Plaut Bekasi Timur and the Mayasari AC132 Lebak Bulus Bekasi Timur. Considering that most of Transjakarta's regional lines, even the stupid expensive S14, are full of passengers, the problem here isn't that there are no commuters. The problem here is that, as it turns out, people don't like waiting on the side of a busy 6-lane road for half an hour, often more, having zero idea where the bus is. Combine that with basically zero information online on when the sign runs, with the exception of the occasional travel vlogger reviewing it, no info on how frequently it runs, and the fact that route information in Google Maps is sometimes wrong, you get a situation where current passengers will leave the moment they can, and potential new passengers not using it because they don't even know such lines exist, and if they do know, they don't know enough about it to trust them to take them to work. Actually, instead of relying on travel vloggers to tell me how bad the service is, I'm going to show you myself how infrequently these lines run. It was about 1:09 PM when I arrived in Sleepy Petamburan, and immediately I was greeted with the Sinarjaya Tanah Abang Ciawi line and Mayasari AC52. At 1:17, the AC42A and Grogol Cibinong line appeared. 1:28, Sinarjaya Ciawi line. 1:33, Agra Grogol Ciawi line. 1:36, Prima Jasa Balaraja Kampung Rambutan line. 1:58, Sinarjaya Ciawi line. 2:13, Agra Grogol Ciawi and AC52. 2:19, AC42A. And at 2:28, Sinarjaya Ciawi and Prima Jasa Balaraja Kampung Rambutan line. So after filming buses for 90 minutes and greatly increasing my risk of getting lung cancer, I found out that the Mayasari AC42A, AC52, and Grogol Cibinong line runs about every hour. The Prima Jasa Balaraja Kampung Rambutan line and the Agra Grogol Ciawi runs every 40 minutes. The only line that comes close to Transjakarta levels of service is the Sinarjaya Tanah Abang Ciawi line, which runs every 30 minutes. The Mayasari AC02, AC34, AC29, and Sinarjaya Grogol Bogor line were not spotted. I can confirm the AC34 has been confined to rush hour only service, as I've seen the buses some time ago, but the rest, I don't know. Either they become rush hour only or they just straight up died in mortal sin. So the solution? First, market it. Most of these bus companies have Instagram pages. Tell us when is the first and last departures of this line from each of their 2 terminuses. Tell us how frequently these lines run. Even better if you can provide some kind of schedule. Tell us where these buses stop. Give us a map or at least this kind of chart to work with. Tell us the price and how we can pay you. This isn't just something that only Transjakarta can do. Even MGI CBU and occasionally Dabri does this. In fact, most of you actually do this, but only for the intercity bus lines. And second, actually improve the services. give us live bus tracking. We can work with 30 to 60 minute headways if there's a set schedule and we know when the bus will arrive. Or even better, do that and make it run every 20 minutes or less, Transjakarta style. BSD Link has been in a state of decay. For the past several months, their live tracking has barely worked. Combine that with no public schedule, unless you're riding from Intermoda, and the fact that lines run every 30 to 75 minutes make this system practically unusable. That changed when BSD Link updated the One Smile app, now just showing departure times instead of a map showing bus positions. So, to investigate whether BSD Link is now usable, I tried the system for half a day with the help of a channel member. It was about 10 AM when I arrived at Aeon Mall BSD City. After having breakfast there, we proceeded to cross 7 lanes of traffic without the help of traffic lights because they didn't have buttons to turn them red. We arrived at Edutown bus stop at 11 AM, hoping to catch the 11:05 departure to Cubic. The bus then proceeded to arrive at 11:06. After spending some time walking around in Cubic, we decided to go to the Breeze. Our original plan was to walk to BCA Foresta and take a bus there to the Breeze. But seeing that the bus is still far away, we decided to take the bus from Quartz Megastore. At 12:31, the bus arrived, right on schedule. After taking the scenic route from the Breeze and spending quite some time inside Outdoor Mall, we decided to walk to a nearby apartment and take the bus from there back to Aeon Mall. According to the app, the bus will arrive at 3:57. The bus then proceeded to arrive in 3:59, which is great, but this is where I suspect that One Smile basically gave up on live bus tracking and just gave us a schedule to work with, because the expected arrival times never changed. While putting the schedule on the app was a big upgrade, getting rid of live tracking is generally a bad idea, considering that congestion in BSD is getting worse. All it takes is one event in ICE to throw all the buses off schedule. Years of buses not arriving have made people rightfully lose trust in the system. One Smile meets both schedules and live bus positions. Just copy Transjakarta's app. Their expected arrival times are usually wrong, but the app is generally quite useful as they accurately show where the bus is. Until then, BSD Link will remain empty despite the fact that it's free. People want cheap but good transit, not free but bad transit. However, there is news that BSD and Gading Serpong will get a BRT system later this year. Let's hope they keep their promises or risk condemning themselves and their citizens with high transportation costs and eternal congestion.